When last we left off, we had just started up and done nothing. So yeah. So I've been looking at my current position, and I'm not a huge fan of what I've done so far. I've underestimated certain aspects. I don't feel like Golconda was necessarily a good investment. I usually make Golconda, but I'm usually playing as Ma today, and I don't think that making Golconda was a good idea in this case. It does give me some cores that I can reclaim from the Bamanis, which is great, but it's taking up a Diplo relation slot that I wish I hadn't taken up with them. At any rate, we are going to start annexing Bishnapur. We're going to replace them with Bengal. And that does mean that this province here is going to be in for an unfortunate time. And we have a island nation down here. We have an explorer ready. Let's go ahead and explore. Exploring the Western Indian Ocean. We have unrest in Dhaka. Except religious sects available. And I think we are going to pick up the Improved Relations Advisor, because right now we are in a slight bit of difficulty with the coalition situation. So you can see we have 53 aggressive expansion with Jaunpur, but we also have quite a lot of aggressive expansion with basically everyone in this whole region. Like even Tirhut up here is dealing with a huge amount of aggressive expansion. We've got aggressive expansion with Kok here. Mewar is at 14. Khandesh, 17. Malwa, 25. So we have a decent amount of aggressive expansion right now that we have to deal with. We're going to stop improving relations with you, and it is time for us to start working toward our next objective. So the next thing on the list is we're basically going to be annexing you, and how quickly will that be done? This will take, looks like 3 years. 3 years is quite a while. So I have quite a while actually before this is over. I could conceivably just annex Golconda. I don't feel like it would be super wasteful. I don't necessarily need to finish exploration in the immediate future, because the colonial regions are not where I'm going to be fabricating claims right now. So I could start integrating both Golconda and them, which might be interesting. Jaunpur has left the coalition against us, which is weird because they're at war. If I were to annex them, I can't annex them for 5 years. Okay, that's fine. So that's good to know. Let's see. Vijayanagar, we can declare war on if we want. Idar, Porbandar. Who are you? It's this little minor nation here. So if I declare war and I offer the Bamanis territory, I could, if I wanted, just not give them any. Or if I want, I can just give them some of their cores on the west side here, because they have a lot of cores that are shared cores. So I have quite a lot of options in terms of how to do that. So I think we are probably prepared to do that, but I do want to bring my peeps back in good position. I just realized that I have an income of 2 with my army maintenance at 0. So we cannot actually afford to have this army doing its business. That's fine though. Okay. So we are going to... guess I'm ready to raise the army maintenance, it's fine. So we're going to raise this up. And we will still be technically making a profit for now. Kalpi wishes to hire condottieri, but that's not going to happen. And we've got 9,000 troops chilling here. It looks like 11,000 total troops from our vassals. This is a mothballed fort right here. So if I go through Mudgal, shit, I'm not gonna arrive in time. Okay, so we can go ahead and get a general. And that is +1 siege and +3 shock, which is pretty dang good. You guys have a mothballed fort here. So I want to arrive here on the 1st. Is the 3rd close enough? You know what? We're going to go with it anyway. It may or may not be close enough, but we'll see how it goes. I want to basically just be able to dive here. So we're going to call in the Bamanis. Our war goal will be... what? Looks like we don't have a claim here, unfortunately. We're going to go with... is Cornwall available? Nope. Gonna go with Nelor, I guess. Because it's easy enough to take control of. Before I do anything else, do I want these guys set to siege or support? I think I want to set them to support. And now we're ready to go. Let's do this. So we got a war going. It's going to be fine. Set Nelor as the war goal. So Cochin, Idar, and Porbandar. Alright, let's actually take a look here. I want to take a look and see if I need any of these provinces. Okay, I do not, because I need something from you. Some Politanas who I need to go after. But that being said, I could expand up here if I wanted. I don't think I do, though. Not for right now. Okay, we're actually going to do the war declaration now. It's going to be fine. What could possibly go wrong? Nelor is the war goal. And make a declaration. So the goal is just to pop in here and hopefully get there quick enough. And will we? We will. So we're going to arrive here on the 21st. And since we'll arrive here on the 21st, that's before they have actually put anyone in here. So since this does not have a thingamabobber, we're all set. So we're going to wait for a little bit. Once this ticks, we will actually start getting things done properly. Though, now that I think about it, do I want to just set them to siege on their own? I think I do. I think I'm just going to set my... There's so many of them. I think I'm just going to tell them to siege instead. And hope that they all consolidate in one place so that I can basically just chill with my main army and not have too many issues. We have a pretty huge army from the Babanis. you'd think that I'd be able to come here because this is now a fort that we control. But that's fine. So we're just going to wait here for right. Go back here actually. And you guys are going to arrive on the 25th. We'll arrive on the 26th. Perfect. So we're just going to get a little bit of safety here. And I forgot to put my ships in port because I'm a damn noob. I knew there was something I was forgetting. I'm always forgetting something. Okay, time for us to step in. It's a lot less expensive when you have more money. Shockingly enough. Okay, these explorers can actually just keep exploring because their base is here. So we're going to go with the Western Indian Ocean coast. That will give us good vision on all the places that we're going to be conquering soon. Bahmanis have taken control of that. And it looks like the Bahmanis are going to be facing off with a lot of people over here. Okay, the diplomat died, which is honestly probably for the best. And actually, if the Bahmanis are continuing to get involved here, you know what I'm going to do? Who is this? This is one of my vassals puttering around here. We're going to change them up. So we're going to do this. And then this unit is led by the leader. This is attachable. This is not attachable. And we are going to set them all to attach now because I don't like how far away they are right now. So we're going to send these guys to Udagiri and we'll take control of this fort. Once we've taken control of all these forts, we'll be in good shape. So this army is just going to serve as basically a means of reinforcing. Now the hope is that I can take control of a bunch of these sieges with the Bahmanis, and the Bahmanis might even just like peace out of the war. If enough of their provinces get taken over here, they might end up piecing out. And if they end up piecing out, then that's actually good for us because then we don't have to pay them basically. South Indian Ocean coast. So, how are we doing over here? So, Sakalava is now an existing nation again. They have been released. This annexation is going very smoothly. And my goal right now... Oh, I didn't send the people over, did I? I did not. Okay, we're going to build a spy network over here. And we are going to leave this as it is for now. It looks like we might be able to just use this annexation. Because it might actually take 3 years to win the war against Vijayanagara. The other thing we're going to do is we're going to check. I guess we can't because we don't have any peeps. I guess we'll just have to find out as we go. I'm glad that that disease outbreak was not hitting my main manpower pool. Yeah, this is going very fast, actually. It's a pretty small nation, so it makes sense that it's going so fast, but he's all good. Yeah, I allied the Bahmanis to break the stalemate, and it's unfortunate that I got myself in a royal marriage with them, which was not a great idea. I should have left the royal marriage alone, but I was concerned because of how much territory was starting to switch that I might run into a problem. So I don't know whether making the royal marriage was a good idea or a bad idea. I could see it going either way. Now, unfortunately, the Bahmanis are currently leading all these sieges, so if they do peace out, that's not great for me, because then I'm going to lose control of all these sieges. We'll see if they take this for themselves or give it to me. They have not started actually taking my own provinces, but I'm a little sad that they're walking around in Garjat this readily. Some point soon they're going to be moving into start sieging down my territory. So hopefully the Bamanis deal with the problem. It looks like they have started attacking me, which is suboptimal. So many. There's such a huge swarm over here. It's ridiculous. Alright, so you guys... These guys are just fucking around. They're not actually going to do anything useful. It would be nice if they would come over here and break this siege. I don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to do this. Do we want another general? Yes, we do. We actually have a good general. Okay. So we're going to pop over here, because my hope is that I can actually pull these guys off of their siege by moving aggressively against this siege. Look at that. This is amazing. Why are you guys just sitting here? You guys are bad at this. So we're going to dive here. Got 20 Diplo power. We have 25,000 troops chilling here. This is probably going to stack wipe them. The problem is that since they're now no longer puttering around in the Bamani territory and are instead in my territory, we have an actual legitimate threat to our stability, because this is so many troops. And the Bamanis are not terribly helpful here. Looks like these guys here have wandered off. I'm not entirely sure why they're going away. I could die. Okay, it looks like they're actually pulling off of here, which is great for me. They're locked in going away. Can I wipe these guys before anybody else arrives? And even if I do wipe them before anyone else arrives, is it worth it? Yes, just to reset the siege, it's worth it. So the hope here is that I win this fast enough that they don't walk in to come defend, and they aren't even going to try. It was never their intention to come help. So we're going to head south. We won the siege of Udagiri. Do we want to dive you here? These hills, we will arrive. They 6th and 7th, so we're not going to dive them here. We are instead going to swap you guys to here, and we're going to actually move you here. If I wipe out this army, that'll be useful. And it looks like they are going to retreat as well. Okay, so these guys are chilling here. We're going to just dive them. They're in the jungle, so we'll have a nice little advantage there. And they have broken this, so they spent some military power on that. That's useful. And we can now pop over here to wipe them? Question mark. Let's take a look at the troop quality differential right now. I think I should have substantially better troops than they do. We have 43% tradition, we have 3.8 morale. So we have way, way more morale than they do. We also have more discipline. And we have more professionalism. So basically we've got better troops in every way. So we're going to wait until next month, by which I mean we're going to go right now, because next month will tick either way. And we are going to dive this army. This is unfortunately going to be pretty costly. And that's not fun, but We do have the ability to flank them slightly, just not very much. So we'll have one extra cavalry working. This person is doing his business. We can go ahead and take this back. And I don't know where these guys are actually going to. So it might just be popping over here somewhere. I think we're going to pop over to Bengal with this army. So how many troops did we lose? We didn't lose that many. Considering that we're currently at war with Vijayanagar, it's probably fine. Yeah, I mean, I'd prefer not to take the stability hit, but you are right that it's not the end of the world if I have to take the stability hit. Sorry about that. I was distracted, didn't realize that I should probably be looking to the left. You have 2 monitors. Make use of them. So yeah, it isn't the end of the world to take that stab hit, but it is... I generally prefer to avoid it. I'm very, like, averse to, like, losing anything. It's like, oh, no. That would cost me, like, a tiny amount of monarch points compared to the amount of monarch points that I'm spending all the time anyway. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm actually surprised at how effectively I was at, like, splitting the AI here. I wasn't expecting them to all run away the way that they have, but it makes a degree of sense when you realize that while it looks on its face like we have similar quality militaries, it's almost as if I am basically out-teching them when it comes to the actual potency of the 2 militaries, because I have so much more military tradition and I have so much more other things that are boosting my military. I'm wondering if I want to actually take this stuff back, or if I want to, I think I want to just consolidate these together, because I think I can just dive this army here. And if I dive that army, I should be able to just wipe it, probably. We have more people showing up here. These guys are going to come to a place where they're defending, but this is... They've got a leader here, but he's not very good. Meanwhile, they have 17,000 troops heading my way. I have the entire Bahmani's army here. Oh, right, I have all these forts. I forgot about all these forts that I'm controlling. With me controlling all those forts, I think I'll be fine. I don't think they have a valid route to me, and we just got the ability to pick up Madre. And there you go. We took out that army, and we pop down here. We are not actually going to attack this army. I don't see any reason to. We can just leave that army alone, and since we are no longer annexing, we are all set here. We're going to first fabricate a claim on whichever one of these provinces is the most meaty. So these are both 322, it looks like. Oh, this is 321. 222, sorry. I can raid. And in this peace deal, if I take I don't want to take the whole coast south, because I'm going to be releasing Madre. So we want to take these 6, which are not going to be claims that I get at any point. Or sorry, they're not going to be cores that I'm going to get. So Kolathund, Cochin, Vijayanagar, Bengal, who's going to cease to exist. They're going to be my vassal soon. And that's that. That is 324 to core if I decide to core it. Do I want to take this? I feel like I need to take at least one province that belongs to Madre. Is that Madre? Yes. So we're going to take, I think we're actually just going to take this giant chunk here. The Bahmanis will be very annoyed with us. And Cochin is, I think, one of the people that's in this war against me. So we will have a nice long truce timer with them. We'll have a nice long truce timer with everybody involved, basically. Who? Excuse me. So the people that will not have a truce timer will be Vinod and Kolafund. And anybody else showing up on this list. So I'll have a truce with Vijayanagar. I already have a truce with Bengal. I do not have a truce with Jaunpur. So there will be 3 nations that I do not have a truce with that will be on this list. I can invest in idea. We're going to go ahead and pop this. And we finished up our first idea group. Okay, do I want to keep fighting with this army? If I attack any of these guys, they're going to cause problems for me, actually. So who else is in this war? Porbandar. Can I get to you? Yes, I can, actually. Do I want to try to dive their capital? Looks like nobody has decided to jump in on them right now. Dun, 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 dun. What do I want to do about you? Okay, I'm not going to be able to peace out for a while. Oh, this is occupied by Sakalava. Okay, looks like I'm not going to be able to fabricate a claim on them directly. I'll have to declare on the Sakalava people. Alright, so I guess what I'm going to do, because I think this makes sense, is we're going to try to get some of this stuff back. I don't know why I put this whole army here. I put these guys here. There we go. So we just won the siege of Ginji. Ginji. Why do I have 4,000 troops sitting here? Oh, because I annexed one of my vassals. I forgot about that. Okay, that's true. All right. We have any more forts to take? Not that I can see, actually. Alright, so with no more forts to take, I think we're going to start diving their allies. So, Idar. Actually, you guys are going to split in half and start the carpet siege. How many troops are there total on the enemy side? About 33,000. There is one particularly good tag to release, which is Madare. Madare has a ton of cores at the beginning, and it's very common that one of the first things that Vijayanagar will do is wipe out the tag. So what you can do is, if you're playing as Madare, you can take all these cores back, and if you're playing as anyone else, as soon as they take Madare out of the game, you just come in, release one, and then you have, I think, probably like 10, something like that, cores that you can release from them. It's very useful. I think there's some other useful tags as well. Mysore is probably a useful tag, would be my guess. But I haven't actually tinkered with that too much yet. Let's see. All right, so that was whose army? Just took out somebody's army. Who am I at war with? Idar is here. Okay, so Did they take out your army? Are you the one who just lost their entire army? Yes. Okay, you just lost your whole army. And I might be able to piece them out. They have 2 forts, and 2 forts is like a huge amount of war score that I'm losing. The problem is, if I abandon these guys up here completely, then that could potentially be trouble. I'm actually going to move through this way. I want to not suffer too much attrition just from wandering through my own damn territory. And what I'm looking for here is to convince these guys to just go siege another fort and not to try to take anything that I'm currently sieging down. I want them to stay away from both flanks. And we'll see if I'm able to accomplish that. Unfortunately, we have quite a lot of war score that we want to take, and it's taking quite a while to actually get there. So the Bamanis are building troops in weird locations. Oh, wow. That's super good. We just got expansionist. This is amazing. So let's see that break over there. There we go. I don't want to go here yet. Send these guys to Rotenpur, send these guys up here. So what we need here is, I guess, to just siege this down. The only issue is that 16,000 troops, 18,000 troops here could potentially cause problems for me. I don't think these guys are going to peace out just because I'm holding this. But if I actually take this first, they will. So we're going to take this first, and then we should be able to piece them out, I think. And once we've got them pieced out, we might actually have enough to do this. We only have a 70% war score thing going here. Though, that being said, I only have 70% coming out of this, and I might be better off taking a bunch of money rather than ending it earlier, because I've already expended a huge amount of energy and finances into this war. So it does make a pretty decent amount of sense to invest a little bit more to actually recoup the expenditure, because I can probably recoup a sizable chunk of the investment here. Okay, you guys I don't think have a military, so perfect. These guys are all set. We can piece them out. We can even take some of their money if we want. No, we can't. We need 10% more score for that. Okay, so we piece them out. That gets us up to 69% war score. And we need 4 more days. So let's take a look here. They are very, very willing. So if I were to take all of this, they're not willing yet, but that's quite a lot. So if I were to take the amount that they'll actually give me, this is 300. How much debt do I have? I could repay most, but not all of my debt if I do this. So can you be pieced out? You can't be pieced out yet, which means that you're not going to get pieced out. You're just going to get wrecked. And what are we going to do with regards to the other stuff? They're going to win this siege eventually. And this is going to piss off the Bamanis, like, seriously. This is going to throttle their trust for me because I'm taking so much shit and not giving them anything. they are going to be very displeased. We actually managed to have this go fine for us. Yeah, it's worth considering at any rate. Let's see. Oh, nice. We're at 91% now. So with us at 91%, we should be able to do this. And I think, yeah, the problem is that we're not going to be able to give them enough to justify, I guess, I don't need all of this. So if I did this, 7, do I want to give them 2 whole provinces? Is the question. Another thing that I could do, not take this, but if I don't take this, it doesn't actually change anything. So I don't know that I care. I think that if there's a penalty to being able to call people into wars, but I don't think that there's going to be like a global trust penalty from this. So I think I am actually just going to screw them, because that's just how I'm going to roll. And we are going to do this. Why is the peace offer value not changing? That was weird. And we can take war reparations. So this is a 100% war score. We're going to have a shit ton of money coming in, which we can use to pay off all of our debts simultaneously. And this is going to dramatically reduce the Bamani's trust in me. But that just makes it more likely for them to start breaking off our alliances, and I don't have to care. The aggressive expansion is not going to be there from the Babanis because they're currently my allies. So since they're currently my allies, I'm in good shape. I'm not going to have any aggressive expansion moving forward, going through Vijayanagara for at least the next war, because I'm planning on releasing a vassal here. And we should be all set. So let's do it. All right, do I have anything that I can do to get some quick? No. Okay, so we took a bunch of money. Oh, not all of the money is going to me. I forgot about that. So we can go ahead and repay all of our loans. That will clear that expense. My corruption is growing. That's not optimal. So my provinces lack cores. And do I need a fort here? Anything else that I need to do right this second? I don't actually want to release Madre as a vassal quite yet. I'm going to release them in a little bit. And for now, where are we going to core? Let's core the thing right here first. Yeah, the recently broke promise to give land modifier is relevant if you're planning on calling another ally in. But I'm never planning on having another ally ever in the game. I don't usually have any of my diplomatic slots taken up by allies unless I'm playing as a really weak nation with a hard start. Later on in the game, I use all of my slots for holding vassals. So we can go ahead and core Arcot. And we can consolidate all of our armies together over here. Is this a good place? No, it's not. What is? Let's go to Neller. Okay, so we still have about 5,000 manpower. We have the ability to declare war over here, but we can't actually core anything yet. We have the ability to set a rival. Yeah, I really enjoy having everybody as a vassal, because then you don't have to worry about silly things like people liking you. I guess you have to kind of care about them liking, but you don't have to worry about whether people are going to do what you want them to do, because you just tell them what you want them to do, and then they do it, because you said so. And it looks like we do have a positive income right now, which is good. We're going to peel off some of this war exhaustion over time. Admin power is 6 per round. Golconda wants to become a thinger. The Bamanis have no desire to keep this alliance going, which is fine. Okay, we can now fabricate another claim, so I think this was the other decent one. So we're going to basically take all 3 of these provinces the second we have this finished. I think I am going to core it myself. I'm going to wait until my meditation modifier wears off. Once that meditation modifier wears off, that's when we're going to go for the other stuff. Yeah, historical friend subjects. Indeed. Yeah. Let's see. Cool. I don't know what that is. I probably should have read it. Looks like we got good stuff. Okay, corruption is increasing. We need to actually max out this slider. And we are all set. How are we doing on inflation? We have 4% inflation, so we're going to need to drop this at some point, but that's okay. And we have 3 more years before Renaissance thought becomes viable. And what else do we have? Apparently, we're improving relations with Jargon because they're outraged, right? And let's see here. Who else is? Finad, Cochin, and Kolathund. They are all outraged, but that's okay. Bengal is going to be truced out soon. 4 years before Bengal is pieced out. We're not going to be annexing them for probably 1,000 trillion years. We can start integrating these guys in 1477. So we should be improving our relations with them and start integrating them. It's tempting to take all the Bamani territory with them, but it's honestly not worth it compared to having Bengal and Madre as vassals, so we're going to just eat them quicker. Once we've vassalized Bengal, speaking of vassalizing Bengal, I just do not have enough of these peeps. Ooh, innovativeness. I like innovativeness. Give me all them schools. And the nice thing is that the Bamanis have only 19 aggressive expansion, because, again, they were my allies at the time, so... That's interesting, I have 85% autonomy here. Means I can't actually raise my autonomy. So the Bahmanis broke their alliance with us. That's fine. They're still taking up a relations slot, though. Okay, so these 4 would be the 4 vassals. I actually have the ability, if I want. This is going to work. So they've broken their alliance. We still have the royal marriage, so it's not like they can declare war on us casually. I mean, we also have the truce for now, but they can't declare war until one of us, whoever it is that's initiated it, dies. So, let's see. We have, once we get to 30, we are going to, I guess, declare, question mark. I guess maybe not, because we actually don't have the colonial range for that. We need to wait for our thing to finish, and then we can go in. So we'll get to 30, and then we'll move on. As for you, we can start annexing you pretty much immediately if we send you a gift, I think. So it's actually pretty expensive. You know what? We're just gonna send someone back in there and just improve our relations up to that point. It's gonna take another probably half a year or so, but that's okay. I'm not actually in that big of a rush because I just need to get this declaration on Bengal. We're gonna get this third claim here before we move them out. Kudalor is the thing that I do not want to core. So everything else can be just casually cored up. And everything is going pretty well right now. We have a lot of money going out to purging corruption. We have a moderate amount of separatism. These guys are small enough still that I should be able to just wait for the cores to finish. We're not actually close on that, so we don't need to worry about it. Anything else we need to do? I am not sure. I can select a naval doctrine if I want, but I don't think I need to do that right this second. We have I given you to the Brahmins? That's a strange choice. Let's take a look at the estates. They have 67%, which is not that high. And if I take this away from the Brahmins, that'll really piss them off. So I think I might be better off just leaving that for right now and dealing with it later. So this colony is continuing apace. One thing that I didn't realize, but I kind of realized, but I didn't really do anything about, is I actually should have set my native policy to native repression, because you actually don't have any natives on either of the first two places that you're going to colonize. And you can actually colonize quite a few provinces that have 0 natives at the beginning of the game. And getting that huge plus 20 is actually huge to getting a faster start colonially. And the colonial speed is actually very, very important for me. So once I come out of meditation, we can do the business. The nice thing about just having Shakti is you always have a pretty good Diplo skill. Because this guy started with 2, and I have 4 now. So it's very nice. I really like the both the flavor and mechanics of Hinduism in this game. I think that the flavor is really cool. And I think mechanically, it's actually pretty strong. Having the ability to get both siege ability, which is pretty rare in the early game, as well as discipline in the early game, is really useful. But being able to get that as well, let's do this. That'll give us a little bit more stuff. I've never really paid a huge amount of attention to my mercantilism. It's a mechanic that's at the very least moderately important, but you could just control all of the power, and if you control all of the power, then you don't have to worry about it, right? All right, we now have 4 Diplo slots open to us, so we can go ahead and, if we so choose, release Madre. Do we want to release Madre as a vassal? Right. I think yes. Release the fish. We can set a new rival. We're going to go ahead and set the Bamanis as a rival, I guess. It's like, why do you have 50% liberty desire, friend? Why are you going to do me like that? Oh, because I have no Diplo rep. Fair. That's fair. Okay, so you got a little bit of improvement going here, and it occurs to me that it's going to take forever for me to actually annex these guys. I would go ahead. So it's not going to be something I can do quickly. It's not like, you know, go for a couple of years and you'll be done kind of a deal. I'm actually going to get this royal marriage done now before this actually ticks up. At the end of the month is when it would tick the high liberty desire. For right now, it says they have higher liberty desire, but it doesn't take effect until later. So I'm going to take Justified Wars, I think. Oh, do I want to do that, or do I want to... Claims bordering claims. Do I want to do claims bordering claims? Just claim this whole island? I think I do. I think I'm going to go with claims bordering claims for right now. It's tempting to do this, but I'm actually not planning on getting too much aggressive expansion for quite a while. Claims bordering claims is extremely powerful. So, who's that? You're not. Makua. So, it looks to me like this is basically a stalemate. So I can build a spine over here and actually get a claim there, unless they get dissolved first. As may be the case, we'll see. So this is taking forever, and we still have one more place to core. Core that. And we have to do it. We're going to take out a loan, which kind of sucks. So, Bomani's canceled military access. Wait, what? The Bomanis broke the royal marriage. They broke it for me. Yes. Okay, so this means that as soon as this ends with them, I can go in over here. Oh man, life is good. Life is good, friends. Okay, let's see. If I annex you, it'll take how long? Cost 0 per month. Okay, so I can't actually annex Garjot right now. I didn't realize that. So that's actually going to be really useful for me, because the Bomanis are not going to be able to attack into me. So this means that once this truce is over, I can actually dive into them and take their shit, which is good. So we're going to get our claim over in Bengal. We're going to try to get a claim over here before this ticks over. And we're going to keep improving our relations with all the people who are outraged with us. So we have two core reconquest wars that are going to be happening soon. Then we have the vassalization war against Bengal. Basically, I'm going to get a claim on this province, declare war for this claim. I'm going to take the province and vassalize them because that'll reduce the overall cost of the vassalization. And then I'm going to give them the province back. They are, of course, outraged with me. They're going to be even more pissed off at me once I've fully annexed them. It's actually tempting to improve my... Who to the what? Is it Diplotech? It's quite Diplotech. It's gotta be Diplotech. It might be military. The Bamanis are really going to town with the military tech. Do I want to... No, I don't have the money for it. Ooh, shit. I guess I should probably deal with this situation, huh? Alright, so... no reason to upgrade that. That is not a lot of unrest. Why is my unrest so low right now? Oh, right, because I just got the thing? Question mark? 17,000 potential spawns there. Are you ready to get docks? Yes. So this will give us a huge boost to our colonial range, but it comes at a time where I don't really need it as much. So I guess it'll help us in the exploration of the Americas. Please don't tick to 90. Once it ticks to 90, I have to do something about it. Until it ticks to 90, I can basically ignore it. As long as it's like a low value like this. My hope is that I'll be able to finish up clearing the overextension before this ticks. There's not a high chance of it ticking, so it's going to take him, on average, a year and a half to tick that up. And I got this guy back because we are no longer, they're no longer a valid thinger. So we'll just go ahead and do this. I wasn't sure whether that war was going to result in just a white piece or if it was going to result in the actual annexation, because it would depend on how the naval situation was going. I lost my explorer earlier. Do I have any reason? No, I don't really have any reason to get another explorer yet. How are we doing? So 1.6, 1.3, etc. And how soon do we want to get this? But yeah, one thing that is interesting is that when you're doing this, I think that it makes a lot of sense to try to get away from the Bamanis. So to try to not have a land border with the Bamanis. It's not terribly easy to accomplish because this province here, for instance, I think I started with this. And you start out adjacent to their vassal, and they're going to just annex it eventually. There we go. So we've got our claim. We're going to get the claim on Nadia. We are not going to be completely annexing them, so we don't need a claim on both. And we can, because if we completely annex them and then release them, then we give them all of their provinces back, and we don't want that. We only want to give them the provinces that other people currently control. Okay, anything else that I want to do? Let's keep improving our relations with Golconda for a little bit longer. Income is going well. I feel like once we've taken control of Bengal, we should be able to expand very rapidly through this area. Arakan has a huge number of allies, including a good portion of this area over here. At some point, I'm going to need to build a navy because I don't really have a meaningful nava. I don't have a meaningful nava, whatever the hell that's supposed to be. No, I don't have a. I don't have a meaningful navy right now. I do not. Okay. Truce with Bengal is over, and I forgot to deal with this, so we're going to declare on you now. And I'm actually going to set all my subjects to aggro, question mark. No, actually that's not a good idea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set all my subjects to attach, and I'm going to do this is actually how I want to do this. This will be the attachable one. You will not be attachable. You are going to be doing this. And you are going to be popping over here. And I did not actually declare. They only have a rank 4 military, so that's certainly going to be helpful. Yeah, India is a fun area. I really like how, if you're playing as India, you can create like legitimate alternate histories where Europe is just not that relevant on the global stage. So it's an interesting area. I feel like if you get really big really fast, as most nations, you find yourself competing with Europe. If you get really big as an Indian nation, you stop Europe from becoming big because of the areas of like control that you have compared to most nations. Most nations, you're going to be taking control of like you're going to be taking control of areas that don't shut down the Europeans, whereas if you shut down the trade to Africa from Asia completely, it completely undermines the ability of the Europeans to actually get to their overpowered status at all. So I really like India for that. Like, I was surprised how well that that previous run went. I was shocked, actually, at how effectively the Europeans were shut down by it was like a kind of a half-baked plan, and it worked way better than it had any right to. So Bengal's already trying to peace out with us. And we're not going to allow it because we need to take control of their capital and vassalize them. And that will be all of our stuff done for the immediate future. We can go ahead and set a royal marriage here. And we can now make a claim on Tankara. Yeah, the thing is that I've never, as Indonesia, I've never really gone west. So I'm curious actually how quickly you can get, for instance, to this province. Because if you take control of Pasai, right? If you take control of Pasai, you can probably get to here. And if that's the case, then hypothetically doing anything in Southeast Asia should be similar to what I'm doing in India here. The only difficulty is that since you won't control this territory here, you won't have quite as much control over the flow of trade from like India to Africa, but you can still get a pretty considerable amount. So this will piss people off, shockingly enough. And Look at that. Bengal's on the list, but this actually reduces the list to only 3 people. Let's see. How did you get the declaration? Did you just do a new no CB on the Maldives, or? Is this what I want? Yes, it is. Oh, right, yeah. Because you can reach here and then fabricate on the Maldives, and then you don't even have to actually finish the colony. So, yeah, that's interesting. That's an interesting start. I'll check that out at some point. Let's see. We have 100%. Oh man, Bengal. Oh man, you are going to be angry with me for a while. Holy shit. Let's go ahead and give them Nadia back so that their Liberty Desire goes down by 8 and becomes 100%. Oh, life is good. We need to start improving. I should have started improving my relations with them before I declared war. Okay, let's see here. So we have a vassal with high liberty desire. It's probably not going to be a problem. And let's see here. They're rebuilding soldiers. And I guess I need to wait on this. It's so funny. And let's see, what else do we want to do? Okay, so we've already... Oh, that's interesting. So... I've actually got a core on their only province now. So I guess we can start fabricating on Kilwa if we want. Are we ready to go into the African territory? Not quite yet, actually. I am going to wait until I've recouped my losses here a bit. The other thing is that I actually need to have a sizable navy when I go over there, I think. You know what, we'll do it. Since I'm such a nice person. I'm just so kind. And I forgot to actually start improving my relations with you. So we can get up to plus 200 from that. And let's see here. We have got to start declaring war on our rivals again. Interestingly enough, you are at war with Vinod and Cochin. Oh, is this some allies war? It's gotta be. It's Coat or Candy trying to take over territory. Okay, so we're now sitting on 4-to-4 relations. Whoa, that... Okay, well, that's why. That explains a lot. I was planning on letting this die down a bit, and then did not go the way that I intended. And I forgot to do South Carnatic. Oh, right, I haven't actually fully cored this stuff yet. That's gonna be too bad. So this is already a state, so everything up there is cored already. So we should be set with those. And now, let's take a look here. We're going to start giving some of these provinces to our merchants. That helps quite a lot. This is my vassal. And I actually didn't take another trade thing down here. So we have 5% of the trade value down here. We have 25% up here. Oh, the other thing that I have is I have these reconquests. Do I want Afghanistan and Khandish? So if I were to declare on you, I would be fighting a pretty sizable war. Thaya and Monkong. They have a decent sized alliance chain here. So the question is, do I want to expand Bengal right now? Or do I want to wait until later to expand Bengal and start expanding through Africa first? I think I should actually do Africa first, because I need to get this stuff done. So you probably... Do you have any allies even? You don't even have any allies. So if I declare on them like immediately, they won't even get a chance to like do anything. So Imarina and Kilwa are currently fighting. Okay, we're going to move this fleet down here.
No Sikhs.
Oh. Ugh. Reassessment surveys. No fun. Okay, so can we repay some loans? We actually can repay our loans, but there's not really much reason to yet. Okay, so we are going to move 8,000 troops over. To our colony here. Once they're over here, then we'll declare war. Should I just declare war now, actually? If I declare war now, then there's no way for the political situation to change, so let's just declare war now. I think I need to land here. But I'm going to anyway. I'm actually curious if they have the if they have an army. Do we have the right guy? Yes, we do. 3 siege skill. Oh, it's so good. And it just now occurred to me that I still don't technically have the ability to core this, but that's fine. Ooh, that's a problem. Hopefully this guy can do the job, because this is going to be a painful thing. I'm sure it'll be fine. Do I have rank 7 military yet? I do not. So I just got Casus Belli on them, which means it's probably a terrible idea. I wasn't expecting there to be 6,000 troops in this one province. So Bamanis are currently at war. They're not doing a super hot job in this war. Yeah, we've actually got a net negative from the thinger there. So this is fine. This fleet can stay here a little longer. They'll let them sit here through 1 tick at least. Let's take a look at our rivals right now. So the Bamanis actually have a very solid army. And they have 18,000 troops. So, are you in range? No. Okay. That's not a problem because we're going to tick this up next month and then we can do it. So once we've ticked this, we'll have the ability to core, and we are no longer even in problematic territory here. That's great. So you guys actually need to get an explorer now, because now is the time. Let's explore that South Atlantic Sea. Woohoo! And this is all territory that I need to start colonizing pretty much immediately. We just lost our king. That sucks, because we just finished the thing too. We're gonna go with Shakti again. Queen Regency. Oh, my queen is really trash. On the plus side, the next ruler is going to be okay. But you get two people who die very quickly after each other in the start. I should have gotten rid of the other person. Spare no expense. Let's see. Yeah, imperialism is global, so you can declare imperialism on anyone. But yeah, just being able to declare a holy war on the Europeans is very convenient. Okay, so taking this, and we are going to just core this. And we are not going to release a vassal over here like we usually do. And we are instead just going to go crazy with the attacks. We should be able to just systematically acquire claims and get that done. I'm actually going to stop improving relations with outraged countries because right now I've basically hit peak aggressive expansion. Mutapa will not join, so that's convenient. How many troops do you have, friend? You are in Marina. Marina has 7,000 troops, so we should be fine. Let me just make the declaration. They're only a rank 5 military, so... So this fleet is now going to pop down here. Bengali separatists. That's not great. Could you not, friend? On the plus side, if Bengali separatists are successful, then they give us stuff. What am I doing? I did not actually send out my colonist. Okay, we're going to send someone here. Oh, it's so close. Not quite close enough. Do we want to wait on this coring? Or do we want to go somewhere else? Let's core in how long? 3 years. 3 years is a pretty short amount of time. Yeah, I think that we're just going to wait. Oh, right, you're at war with somebody, aren't you? So we're not going to go here, actually. I was thinking we would go to here. But we're actually going to just charge them to here. And we are going to start fabricating claims on Kilwa. I don't know where their actual army is. So since I don't know where their army is, what are you guys doing? Oh, shit. Oh, well, that... Okay, that's fine. I'm like, what? Oh, never mind. We're fine. It's not just the explorers. It's also that whole other fleet. Okay. So once we finish up these annexations over here, you guys are at 80% again. That is a considerable amount. And you're at 80% because I don't have anybody doing this because I am nothing if not a total idiot. Okay. So we should be able to actually do this soon. We should be getting there. I found the Amarina army, so if I'm doing this, I can take these 5 provinces for 31 Diplo power. If I wanted. We're going to pop back over here because we don't want this core to stop. I'm actually going to take one person out of this. Just send them south. Unfortunately, it looks like these guys are... Oh, good. Oh, just barely by the skin of our teeth. We got there in time. Alright, so we now have all of the coast here. Oh my goodness. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. We're actually going to stop going here, and we're going to go here instead. So my goal is basically to take as much of this as possible. If I wanted... Oh, that's actually a lot of Liberty Desire that they have. Oh, because I'm malevolent. I forgot about the malevolence. Do I have my... I do not have royal marriages with my vassals. That also explains it. Okay. Okay, we already have everybody else set, so we're fine. Okay. I do not see their army. I presume that their army is heading toward mine. I'm going to send these guys back over here to hopefully get them in position. It's actually possible that they're sieging here. And do we want you to go to port to repair? I'll send them to port when I have time. Oh shit, I wasn't paying enough attention. You know, you'd think that at some point I would pay sufficient attention. Wait, are these guys gonna latch onto me? These guys are gonna attach? When did they do this? When did they make this change? The AI is attaching to help me fight off rebels. I have never seen this before. I have literally never seen the AI do this before. I am so confused right now. Let's see. Quite a while. Look at this. This is amazing. Holy shit. Like legit, is that a new mechanic? Or is that something that's been around and that I've never seen before because I haven't triggered whatever arbitrary conditions you need to accomplish in order to get it to happen? Like, what the hell? I could actually take every coastal province, and they will not fight me on it. Do I want to do this right now? I think I do. Because if I do this, then these guys will go away. Stop fighting me. Boom, done. So taking control of most of the coast of Madagascar. We don't need to do that. We can send these guys like this. And go to the trade thing. We now have 15% of the trade here. And we can core everything. So Bengali Liberty Desires high. So everybody else is fine for now. So we've lost the Conquest Kasuspoli against Emarina. And we can now start fabricating claims on them again, as well as on Kilwa. So our goal is just to take complete control of this trade node while we are expanding to the west with our stuff. So we can't quite send here yet. We are going to wait on it. We're not going to send people elsewhere first. And we're going to put people as far to the west as possible on that coast. I still can't believe that the AIs actually helped me there. I'm so confused. Hey, good job, Bengal. You've embraced the Renaissance. Oh, these guys are going to be dealt with by this army here. That's actually really useful. Good job, Garjot. Way to be a pal. Okay, so we can fabricate on Kilwa soon. Interestingly enough, we can fabricate on Kilwa's main province if we want. I don't think we want to, but we could. Okay, we're going to fabricate here first. Kilwa has Timbuktu. Tumbuka. I don't know why I thought that said Timbuktu. Yay, confirmation bias, I guess. Okay, so we have another idea group available soon, and I'm wondering, what is our current situation? Do we want... It's tempting to take expansion, and I think I probably... not expansion. Yes, expansion. And I think I probably should. Oh, that's interesting. I was not expecting you guys to be back. I thought that you were wiped out by somebody. That's unfortunate. It means that I'm going to have to deal with them again, probably. Have to deal with the separatism here. This is going to get worse and worse because of the separatists from the other nations. So we have a little bit of unrest from a wide number of places. We are blessed. Do I want to boost stability? I do not. Not while I have overextension at the very least. So, unfortunately, these separatists are going to cause problems for me. Because these guys, unless Kilwa deals with them before they come down. I hope that they don't go up here. I hope that they come down here first. how we doing? How we doing on the corn? Yep, they're coming to me, so I have to actually just leave. Okay. That sucks. Really sucks. This is going to slow down the thinger. It's also going to cause problems for me otherwise, but... Oh, good. Jean-Pour has wiped out these, so I don't have to worry about these guys. Oh, hello. So Jean-Pour is dealing with these separatists, but they're dealing with them in a very costly manner, it looks like. So, it's not too bad. So, I can declare a reconquest war on them soon. I think that means that we are ready to... I need to wait another year for these guys. And I can demand the military support. Can I demand... Yes, I can. So we can seek out Brahmin approval. That gives us the ability to get a minister. And I could change personal deity. That doesn't help me too much, though. Do I want to give any provinces to the Brahmins so that I can get 150? I don't think so. As for you, do I want to give you anything so that I can get 100? Because the Rajput regiments, I think, are pretty decent. So do I have anything that looks like a good choice? I don't really have any provinces that I think are great to give to them, honestly. This does take them up to exactly 40%. It's not a province that I care that much about, so we would gain some Rajput regiments from this. Okay, we can give them some things here. Don't think I need to do that right now. And we will, if we do this, we'll piss them off. It's fine. Piss them off a little bit. Alright, so how are we doing here? We just got this person, kind of useless. As useless as this guy. I'm gonna get rid of this guy instead. One siege is just useful enough that... Why not? So hopefully these guys just wander back to here so that I don't have to... Yep. So they're going to wander back to there. I won't have to deal with them at all. And the only issue is, of course, that we need to finish coring this. So who's going to win? Okay, it looks like Kilwa is going to win against their separatists, which means that we don't have to worry too much about the things. And we can go ahead and set these guys to autonomous now. I'm really glad that they've changed the way that this works, because having to just stack like units on top of each individual tile is a serious nuisance. Alright, we're about to get naval ambitions. Once we've got naval ambitions, we can start colonizing freely. And we should be able to... I'm going to get Cape, probably. I don't know if I can actually reach Cape from where I am right now. That is a no by one tick. That's so funny. You're slightly too far away. We would be able to once we finished coring stuff, but it's not necessarily that huge a deal. Is it a big enough deal to wait until I core these things? Let's go this up to the Pacific. I have not built my second claim on Kilwa yet. We don't have the ability to claim on these guys yet. We do have the ability to claim on Imarina, so I'm gonna actually get a claim on Imarina. I want to take complete control of everything here this time and be actually aggressive about it. We're about on par, oops, with the Shady People expired. Global tariffs is not stellar. Do I want to get somebody? I should, yes. And in addition, I should be swapping this to admin. I should have had admin focus for quite a while now, actually. You guys are going to need to repair. So you go ahead and do that. Meanwhile, we're over 25, so we can fabricate claims on all sorts of things now. Seven. Okay, so it looks like this is what we're going to get a claim for. Still improving our relations with Bengal. Jaunpur is puttering around over here. Let's take a look. Who are my rivals right now? Jaunpur is a rival. They have 30,000 troops, 0 manpower, 18 mercs. So they are in a bit of a rough spot, actually. That sounds to me like they're having difficulty managing their finances. Or managing their wars, rather. Their finances are probably fine, because what's 16 mercs between friends, right? And we now have... Oh God, we have amazing air. I love it. Okay, so we're going to start up with Shakti again, and do we want to... I guess we're going to have to meditate, but interestingly enough, the meditation won't be that useful to us. So we just court that. We are no longer malevolent, so that'll help us with our liberty desire. Bengal is only at 81% liberty desire now, which is good. And we're going to finish our cores here. We have 15% in this province, though, which is... that's quite a lot of unrest. I'm actually going to pump this now, because why not? Actually, I can do that in all of these provinces, now that I think about it. I guess once you set... because of the fact that they don't have to be states, you don't actually need to wait until you core to increase the autonomy in these provinces. Okay, so we have a truce with you until 7 years. We have a truce with you. We don't have a truce with you. What am I thinking? So I'm going to wait until I get my 3rd claim on them, and then I'm going to declare. I'm going to take the 3 claims. I don't think I'm going to take everything. I'm just going to take my claims. Southwest Pacific Coast. That's the wrong... I'm an idiot. No. Wrong ocean. Wrong ocean. Guys. There's the Atlantic and then there's the Pacific. It turns out those are different oceans. Okay, let's go with the South Atlantic. It's fine. I do geography good, you guys. I'm good at the geogs. We've got until midway through this year. Midway through this... Oh, never mind. We can already send someone here. So I don't know what happened, but we got something that allowed us to do this. Yahoo! So we're colonizing Cape. This is a huge province for us. This is going to be an 882 province. Not too shabby. So we've got a bunch of cores, and we are in good shape. So If I can finish this colony in Cape within the next 15 years, I should be able to be eligible for forming colonialism. I wasn't actually eligible to get colonialism in the previous playthrough because I didn't get there early enough. So, we'll see how it goes. You... Ooh. I have to choose. I'm going to deny them privileges. I'm curious why the Rajputs are the ones that are... I feel like that should be between the Brahmins and them, not these guys, but that's fine. We can go ahead and take Just Wars if we want. We could also... I think we're going to pick Just Wars. We're actually going to be accumulating a lot of aggressive expansion in certain areas. Okay, so 5 years before we can declare on them again. And Jaunpur is... How many provinces do you have? You have 2 provinces. So we're going to fabricate a claim on both provinces. And let's see here. Afghanistan and Khandesh. Kalinjar is pretty big, actually. So Jaunpur is losing to rebels, it looks like. There's 0 manpower. They now have 18 mercs. They have a rank 6 military, so their military is technologically behind mine. And if I take a bunch of stuff from them, I could potentially outnumber them, right? So that's 15, so 27,000 that I have here, plus the 8,000. So I could outnumber their armies exclusively. But being able to... Yeah, I have a lot of reconquests. I have reconquest with Bengal, which I could go after Arakan, potentially. How big are you, Arakan? Oh, shit! I need to declare war on one of my rivals. What am I thinking? I'm not getting my +1. You, come back! You don't need to improve relations with Bengal. Screw the Bengalese. Okay. The Bengali. I know how these words work. Okay, let's see. We could declare war on our former ally here. Not a great thing to do, considering they have all that stuff. So we could declare a reconquest war on Jaunpur, who is the scariest entity in the region right now. Alternatively, I could just wait and declare on Vijayanagar again. Afghanistan is a reasonably large army. And I'm actually going to be losing some stuff to colonial maintenance. So I actually can't afford to really pump the size of my army right now. Garjad has rank 6, Bengal has rank 5, but they're not that relevant. Golconda is rank 6, and Madre is rank 6. So we could go after Arakan. That doesn't give us any power projection, but it does give us... but they have a rank 7 military, so we might actually be better off going against Jaunpur. Do we want to do any of that stuff or do we want to just wait and pull some Vijayanagara? Reconquest is the next major war we do over here. I'm debating how aggressive I want to be right now. I think I can wait until Jaunpur is in another war, and at the very least. I can take a look to make sure that I don't have like a free in. I don't have a free in. So since I don't have a free in, I might as well just wait. The Bamanis are in another war. And they do have, but they have Coat and Candy as theirs. But I don't have... I don't have any claims on them. It'd be nice to be able to just take those provinces. But I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait it out a little bit. Yes. No, that doesn't matter. I mean, it matters a little bit, but it doesn't matter a lot. Kilwa, do I have? We already have one. We already have two, so we need two more. Oh, we need 10 more stuff. I guess we are going to actually keep going with improved relations in Bengal. So, the next thing on the agenda is basically doing Reconquest for Bengal, doing Reconquest for Madre. While simultaneously, Ning has announced me as a rival. Well then. Kilwa is getting crushed over here. Like, just a complete wreck. So Kilwa might lose most of their continental holdings over here. That would be kind of cool. And let's see here. Once we get the other claim on Emarina, we'll be set with them. And how are we doing on rebels? We have no unrest. Oh, we have no unrest. The unrest here is peeled off already, so we're just going to move these guys back now. I don't think I need them to be here. So, do we have access to the thing? Let's see. We've got 30 per year. You were the wrong people. Pop you in here, and we can move you out. So, with this, we'll have 20,000 personal troops here, along with a pretty sizable contingent. You know what? We're going to do it. I'm sure it'll be fine. So, we have Andran separatists here. And the basic gist is I want to start weakening Jaunpur. And they currently are behind in terms of military. I have currently got a slight bit of progress going. And we're going to just try to eat as much of the Bengal territories as we can. How many? There's a lot of cores to reclaim here. So... and we are going to actually build a cannon. A single cannon makes a really huge difference in terms of your the speed at which you conquer, the speed at which you get certain things done. Getting that +1 on all of the sieges is really nice. So let's go ahead and explore the southward coast. Oh, I have a third merchant now. Huh. Where did I get my third merchant? Do I want to collect here in Zanzibar? I have a pretty sizable chunk here. I'm just going to go ahead and collect here rather than putter around. And let's see. We've now got that done. We've got this done. So we're going to fabricate a claim on... This is 5. This is 5. That's a problem. So the separatists from Kilwa are going to be moving over to my territory, it looks like. Do I want to... I think I might have to deal with those separatists first, because I'm pretty sure they're going to come straight into my territory. I don't think that Kilwa is going to deal with them. So we're going to move over here. We're going to deal with these separatists first. Then we will go back and start the war. So Jaunpur is sitting on 35,000 total troops with 989 manpower. Half of their current army is mercs. So they have no morale. That's because they don't have any land maintenance. So they're currently sitting on 30-some thousand troops, but they're not paying for that army right now. They're not actually paying for this. So if we declare war, that's going to force them to increase their land maintenance, which will force them to actually start paying for that army that they have. That being said, if I declare war on them, then I have to fight that army. So they have no inflation right now, so they're doing okay, and they have a pretty good amount of prestige. I don't think I want to go in after them until I've already gotten this situation over here dealt with. And it's possible that Kilwa is going to deal with this situation for me, but I just feel like there's a decent chance that they're not going to. So, and I was right. So we have to just pop over here, 14th, 13th, so we will be on the offensive, but that's okay. Did we not do the thing? We did not do the thing. Because we didn't have the ability to when I first clicked on it. So I'm not at war, which means that I should be able to do this. I've already given these guys this. I could take this away from the Brahmins now. Let me go ahead and do that. We're going to give it to the Vaishyas. That'll also improve our economy. This is already controlled by them. This is not. So if I give this to them, that will give them 74%, and that should be sufficient for our purposes. It is not. I need 1% more. What do I want to give them then? I've already given them control of all these provinces that I want to give them. Well, poop. Fine. Okay, we're going to do it. We're just going to take the 100. It's fine. And we have Renaissance Thought. So there goes my God tier heir, because of course there goes my God tier heir. We're going to take expansion ideas, and we are going to be fine. Okay, so the separatists are not going to cause any problems for us, except for all this manpower that we're losing. But in terms of manpower, we're in a pretty okay position. We can have you guys pop over here, and we are going to send you down here. Okay, we've now got our cannon built. And we have an explorer ready again. And we'll send them to the West African Sea, I guess. So, we can't colonize here yet, but we should be able to once we finish the Cape Colony. And now is the time where we do not want to spend any energy on the other business. Next promoted cultures or monthly autonomy change. I'm going to go ahead and do centralized. I like monthly autonomy changes. And let's see here. Emarina, we have one more month before we fabricate a claim, and then we will be done with that. Am I in a rush? I am actually in a rush over here, so I want to get as many colonists as possible, as well as getting the bonuses to the colonists, which means that I might not even be using these claims for a while. Can I actually right-click on this to cancel it? Cancel. Oh, this is... we will keep that one going. We're going to cancel this. And what are we going to do now? Jaunpur now has a rank 7 military, so that's trouble. Welcome, Karuno Das. How is it going? How long do we have in a truce with you? 3 years. Do we want to declare war on Jaunpur, or do we want to start doing easier wars? The Jaunpur war has now just got a lot more difficult. Let's take a look. They have 0 discipline. They do have 37% army tradition. And it looks like their military is actually... Oh, they're at war. They're at war with Malwa, Delhi, and Mewar. That's a sizable war. So, okay. We're going to wait for this army to get here, and then we're making the war declaration. We shouldn't have too much difficulty going up against them in this context. We're going to wait for these guys to recover, I think. And let's see. Bengal is still sitting on this business. I'm not going to placate local rulers because I'm going to need this stuff. We are going to wait a little bit for their armies to actually get engaged. So maybe we'll wait for the first siege to happen, and then we will just declare. Now, with that being the case, anything else that we need to do right now? Excuse me. I don't necessarily think that we do need to do pretty much anything else right now. We're in pretty good position with all of our stuff. We have a little bit to go here. The Brahmins are annoyed with us. We could just do this, and that gives us a huge bonus to tax modifier instead of a penalty. And we can... Do we want to start building marketplaces? We should at the very least build one in our capital, probably. I'm going to do it. Okay. So, Jaunpur, he has... They now have 26. Wow. So they've built completely up to their force limit. They have a massive army right now. So who attacked who is the question. Did they attack? They did. So they're the attacker. Are there allies involved in this? Khandesh and Jaunpur. So Khandesh joined the war, but Afghanistan did not. Which means Afghanistan is probably a reasonably stalwart ally in this. I have concerns about attacking an enemy that has that huge an army. Should be fine though, right? Question mark? We could probably win this. So they're currently losing. They've lost what little manpower they had. So, I think, who did they declare on directly? They're attacking Malwa directly. They have someone sieging their capital right now. I feel like now is probably the time to go, because I might be able to piece out Khandish effectively. Where is Khandish? Khandish is this nation here. Doesn't look like their allies are actually doing too much. If we take Daman back, we'll be in good shape. You know what? I'm going to do it. We're declaring it now. So we're going to send this unit. This is going to be the attachable unit. We're not going to allow people to attach to this. We will allow people to attach to this. We're going to send our 3 siege general. We actually are going to send the rest of these troops here as well, just for now, with the intention being, we're not going to send them. I changed my mind. 21%. That's not too bad. Nope. Okay, so everybody is set to attach. Bengal isn't set to anything, but they don't really matter. And this is going to be interesting. We've got a lot of cores to recover here. This is 47% war score to take all of those. I am doubtful that we'll actually get the war to that point. Honestly, I don't think we're actually going to do that. So Arakan just gave them free troops, I think. If I read that correctly, it seemed like that was a, we're going to let you rent troops and you don't have to pay us deal, which is some bullshit right there. So, yep, that's exactly what just happened. So, they were just given free troops to attack me with. So, fuck you for your, like, technically not declaration of war, but, like, let's be clear, they basically just declared war on me. So, once we've taken this fort, we'll be able to continue forward. Do I want to try to take their capital? It looks like they're not having an easy time right now. They do still have 40,000 troops, So they can, at any time, just descend that gigantic army on me. Oh, wow, that was a really fast tick. Holy shit. Do we want to take this, or do we want to go to their capital? The capital is Farmland. I think we're going to try to take their capital, actually. Taking the capital doesn't help us in terms of their movement as much, but taking the capital secures it for us as opposed to excuse me, as opposed to their other enemies. Hello, friends. Okay, they're locking in, which means that they probably have a big army around here somewhere. The hope is that we win the fight before the rest of their army shows up. And that was scarier than I was expecting it to be. We're going to leave some of these guys here. We're not going to send all of them away because that's going to happen. Okay, these guys are going to come back. I had a suspicion that these guys were coming, but I wasn't expecting that they would actually continue coming after I had already brought my troops back. Shit. We need to win. Okay. So we just won another of these fights. And this is just insanity right now. As this army has to face off with like wave after wave. On the plus side, we're going to obliterate this Arakan army, and we literally obliterated those. So we don't have to worry about the Condottieri anymore. They can't be reinforced because the Condottieri army doesn't exist anymore. We are going to leave these guys here for another month. I might actually just leave them here the whole thing. It's tempting to get out of Jaunport. The problem is that we're pretty close to finishing this siege, and this is not terrible. This is not a terrible location to be fighting in. So it's not a huge deal. And there we go. We just won the siege of Jaunport, and we are moving on to the next part. So we're just going to move over here. This army is going to pop over, and we're actually going to move these guys into our territory so they can reinforce faster. We only lost about 5,000 troops there, which is not too bad. Jaunport is now down to 30,000 troops, of which 20,000 are mercenaries. I'm going to actually take a look at the war enemies. This is quality comparison, so how did that happen? Oh, there we go. I can just hit previous or next year. Okay. Let's see. We've got Jaunport. Take the rivals off the list. So Afghanistan has a sizable army. Oops. Oh, it's left and right. Okay. And Khandesh has 10,000. So both of them have pretty sizable militaries, for being honest. So Afghanistan is interesting, actually. I don't think Afghanistan can reach me necessarily. They'd have to go through Delhi or through Sindh and Mewar. But Mewar is currently at war with Jaunport. I don't see why they would give military access to someone who's fighting. So I guess we can just check. Do we have military access through here? Why? I don't understand why Mewar would be giving Afghanistan access. That's a very strange. Whoa. It's a very strange choice, considering that they're allies with the people that are currently trying to annex them. Okay, we're just going to chill these guys all here. These guys are actually going to come into our territory. So they have 7,000 troops with a pretty decent general. And it looks to me like Jaunport is now sending everybody over to this flank. Which means that they're going to lose the other flank even worse than they already are. And that's kind of good. Because as long as they're not... Oh, and this is Afghanistan's troops. So Afghanistan has showed up. And they're going to be a thorn in my side. I'm going to just try to take control of this whole area and basically peace out before things get too crazy. If I take control of this fort, I'm at 17% war score, and they're currently losing a war on the other side of the world. They're losing both of these wars right now. So if I can get them pieced out, that's a win for me. So it looks like the Afghanistan army is just going to sort of ramble through my territory. Did I send these guys to the wrong place? Because it looks like I sent them to the wrong place. These guys are actually just going to rotate south. Let's take a look at the armies that we're dealing with now. Jaunpur is down to 27,000 troops, which is great. And Khandesh still has 10,000, so Khandesh is doing fine for themselves. Jaunpur could be doing better. But they're not doing terribly. It's not like their army got caught and wiped anywhere. So I'm actually not going to move these guys over there. And move these guys up to here, I think. This should tick over before anyone comes anywhere near me. So we can just keep sieging our way through their territory. I'm actually going to even split this in half. And let's take a look here. Tondo is attacking Manila. How are we? Oh, whoa. Hey, Kilwa. How's it going? I don't have a claim on everything that I want to have a claim on yet. So let's get you. Okay. Do I have anyone else that I want to get a claim on? Yes. Nalindi now has enough provinces that we can get a claim on them. I'm not going to worry about that quite yet, though. We'll worry about that once we've finished up filling this. We want to fill up expansion before we really expand over there, because we're not just feeding a vassal anymore. So it's going to cost a lot of admin power. Alright, so how are things going in this war? You are just chilling for some reason. I don't know why they're just hanging out there. I guess because they don't have a troop that they want to attach to. So we just won the Siege of Gouda. We're at 29% war score now. We can pop down to Mandla if we want, and I think we do. So, do we want... Actually, I'm going to wait for a second. I'm going to wait for these guys to arrive before I do that. I don't want to spread out too much. So, first of all, can you give me everything I want? No. So since they won't give me everything I want, we are going to keep the war going. And is Mandla under attack, actually? It looks like Mandla might be under attack. I am going to move around a little bit. I'm very concerned about like a massive army just appearing out of nowhere, because they do still have their army chilling somewhere. They have 28,000 troops chilling somewhere. And if oh, that's Garhi separatists. So we're not going to siege down that province. We're going to siege down a different province. No reason to... Okay, we have a new heir, 242. Not too bad. So, is it possible for us to get everything that we want without more incident. Actually, no. We'll see. I think Geared is probably under siege. But maybe not. It looks like they might be sieging the places that the other nations have taken. So the other thing is that at some point I'm going to want to take this because this is at negative 36%. But if I can jump on this when it hits about 0, I can basically just get a very, very quick siege of that. And let's see. Got this done. Pop to here. Nope, cannot. Okay. We're at 31% war score. And interestingly enough, Bengal has decided to help. For some reason. It looks like Jaunpur has their entire army sitting here. They're at 21%. So this is farmland. Is there any reason for me to try to break this siege of theirs? Is there any reason whatsoever that I would want to do that? Yes, I would want to do that if I felt like they were going to do something dangerous when they won it. So these guys, I think we're actually going to chill here for this round. And we're going to see where they go. I'm going to consolidate everyone together, actually. This is farmland, which is not the best place for me to defend in, honestly. Okay, we're over our diplomatic relations limit because of our obsession with our wife's deity status. And what are we gonna do? I think we're just gonna we're gonna chill until this siege finishes, I think. Okay, they just ticked. I could go here, but this is hills. And I'm not a huge fan of jumping into the hills. That said, if I were to dive their army here, I would be able to do quite a lot of work. Do I want to dive their army? I don't really, because I really want them to just keep paying for all of these mercs while they're simultaneously completely carpet sieged. So I think we're going to do this. Do we have enough troops here? Yeah, there's plenty of supply limit for us to just put everyone over here. Ooh, but if we do that, we run the risk of... This is also a fort. Ooh, I don't want to... If they take control of this fort, it's going to interfere with my ability to move around this area. So I don't think it's a problem, though, because these guys can just run away. So it should be fine. These guys are not going to be adjacent to these places, so if they start moving, then I just deal with them. We just got a water shortage again. And let's see here. We can tick shipyards if we want, but there's no reason to do that until next month. Or next year, rather. You are sieging Kotak. We're sieging over here. Do I want to jump in on this, actually? I think I do. We're going to send this army down here. And we are going to move you out as well. We're pulling away from this force here. And we're just leaving this western front to them so that we can just drop in here, take control of this, and deal with business. This is... because if I take control of that fort, it'll tick me over that I can do the thing. But in addition to ticking me over, it might actually give me so much war score that I'm able to get a lot more out of it than I'm even intending to. So there we go. We now have a 36% chance. We're going to leave this army here. This army is going to pull back to here. You guys are going to split. You're not going to split because there's no way to get there. They took these two back. They took their other province back. And how are we doing here? So hopefully we tick this. We didn't tick it there. Actually, I'm going to leave that one there. We're going to bring these two back. Oh, we just lost our truce with Vijayanagar. So that's useful. We can basically finish this war, which should happen. I think it'll happen when I tick this. I don't think that we'll have to do anything else after that. It looks like they're moving into Delhi. So how are you doing on your other war? You're actually winning in the other war now. So unfortunately, we are not going to be having as huge an impact on their economy or anything as I was hoping. I was hoping that we'd be able to get them to lose this other war. And they actually have pieced out of the war completely. So that's good to know. This needs to tick. Did not tick. Okay, that means that they can actually divert their entire army over to me, which is a little scary. We need you to tick. Tick, tick, tick. I need you to tick. Oh, that's too many troops here. I will just put someone here. Yes! So we just won the siege of Mandla. That gives us not quite enough to take everything that we want right now. So how can we get a little bit more war score? It's a cute little army there. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to it. How many troops does Jaunpur have personally? They have 30,000 total troops. So that's where the other 10 is. So we should be able to jump in here and always have the numerical advantage. Oh, we lost the numerical advantage for a little bit. But 42%. We have the ability to peace out now if we so please. Can we take some money from them? No. We're actually at pretty much exactly what we need. So I think we're going to peace out here, take control of all these provinces, and that has weakened Jaunpur a little bit, as well as given us a nice little thinger. We've also completed a mission. So expand inland is done. We get 2 base stacks in Kurda, 2 of everything in Kurda, basically. And let's see, permanent claim on a couple of areas. And we can now move our troops down south to go deal with you. It looks like Cochin is fighting you. So, how are we doing, Bengal? Can invest in new technology, not going to do it yet. Let's see here. Can build in provinces. Bengal has high liberty desire. How's the liberty desire for everyone else? Everyone else has kind of high liberty desire as well. So we need to be a little bit careful with how we expand. So we've got 4 income right now. Do we have a claim here? We do not have a claim on Jharkhand. Let's see. Who dropped to 68%? Oh, I become a great power. Nice. And we have 52 power projection. Yeah, Bengal will calm down eventually. They actually have plus 200 relations with us? Whoa, look at that return provinces modifier. Holy shit. So, that's interesting. that trust is what's actually, even the trust isn't doing it. So it looks to me like I'm gonna need to improve the size of my military in order to keep these people under control. Because I'm not big enough relative to my vassals right now to keep them under control. Which means that we should just pump the size of Madurai, right? Madurai? Seems like a good plan. Do we want to do that right this second, or do we want to do something else? I could start annexing you, and it'll cost 4 per month, so it actually will progress. Annexing them will eliminate my ability to get reconquest against the Bamanis. I'll still have a shit ton of conquest, but I won't have any reconquest. If I declare war on you, I have all of these cores to take. But if I take all those cores, there's the risk that I cause some problems for myself in the process. Do I want to just annex Golconda? So part of this is just that they have better Diplotech than me. They just ticked up to 70%. Huh. So what can I do to improve this? Because it doesn't look like this is actually going to change by much. I think that I basically just have to build a military. I'm currently sitting on a rather pathetic military. Maybe, I don't think naval power is going to be relevant for them. Let's see, Northwest Pacific. Coast first. So next year we will have shipyards, which doesn't really do much for us. Basically just treading water in that regard. Okay. I don't really want to declare war over here right now. It's tempting to, but I don't really need to declare until I'm further in. So, do I want to try to take out Vijayanagad? They're only allied with Idar. I honestly think that I probably just should. There's not really much reason not to, outside of potentially making my vassals a little too big. So Idar will join, but Idar is this little tiny nation up here that I don't have to worry about. We're going to go ahead and take the core of Salem because we can. Looks like Cochin was pieced out. Yeah, Cochin was pieced out. So they're just going to annex Kolothanad. And sure, we'll just set this as our war goal because we can, I guess. Do I want to? No, I'm going to set Trungabar as the war goal. But first, I'm going to create the army that's going to be attachable, and then we'll have 20,000 troops here. Okay. But yeah, let's set Tranquebar as the war goal. Send out 2 units to there. So these guys are going to just pop to here so they can start... Oh, Jesus! Hi, friends. Please tell me I'm going to ride before them. I'm not going to ride before them. Oh god, this is going to be bad. Okay, the rest of the army arrived in time, so we should be okay here. I was not expecting to have to fight their military on, like, day one. But we did, and that's fine. Move this army out of the way. Split it in half first. So we just lost a pretty sizable chunk of troops. Move you guys here, I guess. Here we go. So we've got some separatists that are spawning for them. And is that their whole army that we just wiped? Basically, yeah. That's their whole army. So we basically should be able to just walk through and siege everything one by one without too much trouble. So we just won this. This is occupied by me. And we can now move you guys to here, I guess. I think I'm going to move these guys up here, actually. We've now taken control of the war score province, or the war goal. And these guys are just going to stay up here. And we're going to leave these guys to the sort of expansion. There is 21%. So crazy. Okay, so we still have about 10k. We can actually do this now. And what else? Anything else? We're getting close to getting our second colonist. And I think we'll be able to actually afford the second colonist. You are fighting against Candy and the Bamanis now. Cool. So, the Bamanis are now fighting against Vijayanagar, which is great, because that's going to make them even weaker. And we can just... We have 18,000 troops over there now. I don't think that we need to be... I don't think we need to back that army up with anything. This is more troops here than their entire army. So we're gonna move these guys to... Do we want to do that? Not without a leader, we don't. And we can't give them a leader now, because... Yep, that's a problem. So we can take expansion ideas, and we get innovativeness from this, because we are cool like that. Do we want to send somebody here? Swelling them. I don't think we can go any further, right? That's a no. We can send somebody here. It's just not a great province, though. We can't send someone here yet, so I don't think we want to bother sending someone to there. I'm thinking that we probably want to do this for the adjacency bonus, because the adjacency bonus matters a lot in the beginning. That said, this is 11. I think I want to take that one first, actually. I want to send people over to the islands that are most productive first. So Bengal's Liberty Desire is crazy high. And what else are we doing? I don't know where their army is, but I don't think it's in the south. I think it's in the north. Obviously, they'll have fewer options for where to send their army once we've taken control of more of their territory. The other thing is that since they are at war with these guys over here, we need to be a little concerned about these provinces getting taken. But I guess we don't, because the navy of their other enemies is not sufficient to unblockade this area. Alright, so I think we should be fine to do this. And if we can siege this all down, Southwest Pacific. If we can siege all this down, we should be able to easily peace out and get basically everything that we could possibly want out of them. So this fight is going fine. All going according to plan. So, I'll just move you guys here. We're going to move you here. Question mark. Now we're going to move you to Salem. Yeah, we'll move you to Salem. It's fine. We'll get a little bit of attrition. It's not a big deal, though. And then everybody else. Actually, you know what? We're not going to move you yet. We're going to leave you right here. Now that everybody has accumulated, we've taken control of all these provinces, we can now pop over here. Hopefully this ticks. Nope. But we should have, I think, pretty much all the cores already. Yeah, I think we've pretty much got all the cores under our belt. So now it's just a matter of getting their stuff done. And if we take all of these cores, we're actually going to be pretty much crippling their navy. Oh. Idar has sent troops to go fight us again. How cute. We're gonna pop into Salem. Can't believe this ticked first. Alright. Alright, we're sitting on 35% war score. I don't know exactly where their army is. My guess is it's hanging out over here. Oh, never mind. Their army is busy fighting over here in the north. So that's convenient to know about. So we're going to sit over here. So our goal right now is to give all of Madre's cores back. Okay then. That is a huge amount. Is Genji a core? It is not. Okay. So that is 70% war score already. Not too shabby. And since it is already 70% war score, we might as well make it a nice 95. Yeah, the Genji is apparently a different country. They do have a claim, though. Let's see. I guess the Pandyas just never got that far. Wow. Bengal has a huge army. Why do you have such a huge army, Bengal? Do disloyal vassals build more troops or something? Because that is a huge army for them. I still have not even, like, caught sight of their actual... Nice. So who's pissed off? Brahmins. Brahmins are always pissed off. So, Idar is... I lost the Conquest Casusbuli against Kilwa. Holy shit. So we just have to declare war on Emarina now. Look at that. Wow. Do we have a claim on... Done. Okay, so we've done that. We can go ahead and send someone to build a spy network over in Makua. And we can start getting claims on their stuff. Cool beans. Cool beans. So, let's see here. I need 57% over here. I don't want to really leave. I don't know where their army is. I found their army. Yay! +1 base tax and Cape. Not too shabby. This army needs to get away from here. Because these guys are completely isolated. So where is your army? Where's your nation, rather? Idar is at war with both sides. This is Highlands, so we should have an easy time defending it. I don't anticipate having too much trouble here. Hopefully they're probably just going after the separatists here. That's probably where their army went. Yep. Okay. They're now walking away again. So, Northwest Pacific, South China Sea. Let's go to the Southwest Pacific coast. We're going to want to get the Australia colonial nation when we can. So they're at negative 42% right now. It looks to me like they have a reasonably small army. I sincerely doubt they're going to attack me here. I guess I don't need to send this whole army, do I? I'll just split this army in half. So this army is going to pop back with this guy. And this guy should be able to lead them to victory against Idar. If I wipe out Idar here and then just walk into their capital, I might be able to piece them out. They only have a capital fort, so they shouldn't be contributing too much negative war score against me. But I'm not getting as much war score for Vijayanagar as I want to be because of the fact that I don't have control of their capital. Now, this is interesting. I don't know where their army is going. But we're going to move you guys here. I have a suspicion that they're coming after this army. So we just won this siege. We have the ability to drop in here. If we do not have the ability to drop in here. This is hills. We're at 49% war score. 49 is a far cry from where we want to be. And I wasn't paying enough attention. I missed this army. So can I get you Bengals? Very insistent. So I could get them below the threshold. I'm shocked at how much they've got right now. So do I want to? I guess I want to basically take all these provinces for Madurai, and then once I've done that, I can. I'm very concerned though that this is going to make them rebellious. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build I'm going to build 3,000 troops. See how big of an effect that has. Okay, these guys are just sitting here now. And do we want this army? I'm just going to send to sit on Idar, I think. I don't think I want to do that. I think I do want to take this army out. Okay, you guys are under attack, I think. Okay, I really want to get this army dealt with. So let's see if I can catch them. Okay, purchase ability. We're going to purchase. I'm going to purchase improved war taxes, and then I'm going to take out some more taxes. Alright, these guys are no longer defended by anything, so we'll just pop over here, wipe them out. You guys are you locked in? Once they're locked in, we can dive. So we'll take out these guys. There aren't any actual, like, siegeable provinces anymore. So we're going to just pop over here. I think these guys are running back to their actual capital. In which case they'll be dealt with by the other guys. But no, I was wrong. They were just going to Chanda. So get wrecked. Alright, that army's gone. We're not going to be able to piece them out until we stand on their capital. But once we stand on their capital, I think we can. You guys can keep exploring. Let's try to see. Ah, yes. So part of the reason that I'm losing money is because I've got some shrubs. So why is it that, oh right, my war score is so low because the Bamanis are splitting war score with me. So I need to basically wait until the Bamanis have been dealt with. If I want, I'm not going to be able to get to 100% war score. That's simply not going to be feasible. So I can peace out with Idar probably. They just lost their army. Their capital's under siege. It's the only province they have. Idar is out of the war. That gives us 52% war score, which is sizable, but not quite what we're looking for. We just lost a lot of that because I did not actually prevent them from taking the war goal back. That's fine though. So this is hills. We can just jump in there if we want. We probably don't want to jump in there this way though. How on earth is Bengal sitting on such high liberty there? I think I probably should have annexed Golconda before this war. Okay, so everybody's going back home. And I guess we're just going to walk into this tile again. Garjot has a pretty sizable army, actually. It's too bad that Garjot is so damn expensive to deal with. I always need help managing my administration. Oh, hello! Their army has moved across the ocean. So, get wrecked, scrubs, basically. Because they moved their army over here, I never have to worry about their army again. Nice. Very nice. Unfortunately, the thing that in the next patch they're going to be changing it so that giving a province to a vassal in a war also counts, and so you don't have to take it for yourself and then give it to them afterward. We're going to drop this off the list because we're not going to actually be able to get a 100% war score without going into the war for way longer than we need to. So yeah, this we only need like 5% more now, so we should be all set. We just need to get it done. It's gonna tick. And I guess we'll see. I'm gonna tick all of these as much as I can, actually. Because each individual percentage point that we get here is actually going to be pretty helpful for getting just a little bit more. Also, they just lost their army, so that's going to help as well. So we're up to 61% war score now. Hot diggity. 62%. I don't know why we're getting 1% per thing that we take, but I'm certainly not going to complain. 63. And once we've ticked all of these up, that'll be when we get this done. They are fully carpet sieged right about now. Alright, we're at 66%. And we can take this. How much more can we take? We can't take the full thing, right? No. But we can take a huge amount of money off of them. Holy shit. That's a lot. It's a big chunk of change. Okay, let's do it. So, now the question is, how many of my vassals are going to become unruly off of that? So Madre itself is going to become unruly, but we can placate them very easily. And we can now start annexing them. So it'll cost us 487 to annex them, and that will give us complete control down here, and that will be good. So we have too many diplo relations right now for a minute, and Bengal is doing its thing. We have 71 power projection now. We need to build up a bigger army. So I'm going to take... Do I want to build a couple of cannons? It's tempting to have 3 cannons, because 3 cannons is the next like trigger point. And okay, fabricating a claim here. What are we doing in terms of... We don't have anything to do... We're not going to be coring anything with admin for a while because we're building up that tech. We have 10 years before we need to get Carracks and Caravels. It's a long ways away. This is going to be finished, I think, hopefully within the next few years. So I think this will be done in time. And we don't have to worry about any stuff. Supply limit. So we'll just move down here. I don't have cores on any of these guys, right? Yeah. So now it just becomes a matter of trying to manage our subjects. Once we've integrated Madre, I think we'll be completely set. So we can increase our colonial range by 20% if we want. And that might be a really good idea, actually. If I increase my colonial range by 20%, that might be sufficient to get to the New World now. I don't think it will be, though. Am I willing to hire someone to do that? Oh, next thing on the list. I'm going to do this now before I forget. I need to start taking control of the trade around here. Do I want to build... Yes, I'm going to build marketplaces. So we're going to start building the marketplaces in various locations. So we don't have any really solid ones in that trade node. So plus 6.3, plus 7. And okay. And I have the ability potentially to upgrade these. Upgrading these is expensive though, right? So this will get cheaper once I have, which I do. This is quite a considerable time away. The question is whether it's worth it to do it now or to wait. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna pump these two, and that will give me a pretty sizable increase to the overall trade that I'm making. I do have to be concerned that Madre has the ability to build more troops, and very likely they will, which is going to basically cause problems for me. So I can boost this for 103. Why are the Brahmins increasing this? So we need to keep these guys dealt with. And I don't want to placate local rulers with Bengal because I want to be able to do it with them. So anything else that I need? I don't need to worry about any separatists, it looks like. So it looks like everything is pretty solid for right now. So we're in another waiting phase where we don't have to do too much. Can I drop... Does dropping my army maintenance increase liberty desire in my vassals? I've taken pike and shot. Does that have an effect? It looks like that has actually had a pretty sizable effect. Excuse me. Okay. Extra possible advisor. And how are we doing? So these guys are definitely, like, in the shitter. They're pretty much toast. So we'll be able to go after Coat and Candy soon. When we want to. Do I want to... It's really tempting to hire this person. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to hire them. We're going to see how far I can get with this. Atlantic South America Sea. That sounds like where we're looking to get to. If we manage to be the, like, founding place... Ooh, nice. Plus 100 Diplo power. Now, the reason that I got 100 Diplo power is because I can't actually increase my Diplo skill. Because it's already capped out. It's too bad I can't get a royal marriage with you. So this is going to finish... We're going to get about 90 from other things. We might not actually finish this before... Yeah, I'm actually glad that I'm doing this way, because I don't know for sure whether we're going to be able to get this finished in time. I'm just going to start claiming things. So, we just lost a general. Oh, you know what we can do? We can actually start drilling. So, expansion ideas 2, national tax modifier plus 10%, and an extra merchant. Do we want to send our merchant to Burma or here? So, Burma is a smaller node. We're going to go to Malacca. They're both nodes that only funnel into Bengal, so this is interesting. Lamna is the process of obliterating you. That's a lot of recombos. Alright, so we're 9.5% done here already. And we have found the coast of the Americas, so we should be able from here to be, again, not to actually get it necessarily, but to at least be viable as a... Okay. It will be a viable person to actually get colonialism, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, we need to make sure that these guys do not tick up. If these guys tick up above 50%, then that's trouble for us. So, can we drill? We cannot drill because we don't actually own this province, okay? Interestingly enough, we're not actually losing money, which surprises me. I would have expected to be losing money by now. Go ahead and... Do I want to build another troop? I don't think I need to. We're going to enable drilling. I want to see if this causes a problem for me. Yeah, it doesn't look like drilling causes a problem. It's only looking at your max morale, not your current morale. Good. So we'll be able to get the global settler increase soon. We will be able to get the additional diplomats soon as well. Global trade power is nice. Number of states increases, not bad. Number of states increase isn't a huge deal for me right this second because I don't actually need the states. Oh, well, that's a problem. So it looks like I cannot actually discover the coast. So sucks to be you, friend. And it looks like they are still building troops. So yeah, I have a huge amount of troops coming in from these guys. I don't remember which one's which. I think this is going to give me... Alright, I'm going to do this. I think this gives me diplomatic reputation. The other one reduces unrest, and I don't need unrest reduction right now. The Diplo rep will be really useful, though. So, Cape is 822 now. And once we have finished up this, Vinod is planning to attack Vijayanaghat. Wow. That's funny. Oh, the fall of the city of Victory at the end of the decisive confrontation in which the Bahmani Sultans prevailed has sent a shockwave through the Deccan. Plundering the city is said to have taken several days, while it remains one of the larger settlements in the region. It is unlikely that it will ever again be the metropolis it once was. While the Vijayanagari state still remains in power over parts of the old domain, most of its subordinate captains' vassals are now looking elsewhere for protection for a more worthy cause to serve. It seems the end of the empire of the Sangamas once founded. Interesting. So what does that do to you? They've ticked up to 47%. So we need 150 settlers in a little under 3 years. Like 2.5-ish years. We have a diplomat who's not doing anything, which is suboptimal. We should probably be having them do something. And how are you? Do I have anybody that I need to fabricate on? Not really. I have all the cores and claims in the world. So they're allied with Coat and Candy. I feel like We're not spending our Diplo power fast enough. I'm gonna want to actually tick up Golconda a bit. I want to annex them soon if I can. The preference is to set up the annexation so that both of these finish annexing on the same day. If you set them both to finish at the same time, then you don't have to worry about the Diplo rep penalty as much. But I guess it's fine. So oh, that's not good. So if I declare war on the Bamanis now, that's very bad. So if I declare war on them now, I could just do a humiliate rival, actually. Because I don't necessarily need to take the... You know what? Never mind. I think we're actually going to declare war, not for reconquest, but for our claims. Oh, but if I do that, then I have to core it. I think I actually might want to just do this. I don't need to get the 100% value out of that. I could just do like a quick humiliate to give myself thinger. I could do the other thing to get a plus 100 to everything. And I think it's probably going to be worth it even. So we've stopped drilling. And we have... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try setting everybody except Madre as thing. I'm going to set them as aggressive. Do I want to do that? I think I do. We're going to see how this goes. They're going to apparently charge toward Candy, which does not seem like a great strategy to me. I don't know how powerful our fleet is compared to the fleet of Code and Candy. The Bamanis probably don't have much of a navy yet, but they might, because they have quite a lot of money. Okay, so luckily this should mean... Yes, we're no longer dealing with these guys at 100%. So what does that mean for us, though? It's a little troublesome to have... I need to do this 3 times, which puts me to negative prestige. Getting to negative prestige is not great. Good morning. You wanna hang out with the twits? Alright. So I'm going to have to end very shortly. So we are going to try to finish this war, and then once we finish this war, we can move on. Actually, we're just going to have you guys come here. Do I want to do that? So this army is going to go this way. This army is not going to be attachable. And then from here, are we willing to hang here with like just a couple of months worth of help like that a ton? Oh, I'm an idiot. I just ticked them above 100%, didn't I? Yes, I did. They're at 119. How did they get that high? Holy shit. This is a problem. Big problem. Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad. Alright, never mind, it's not that bad. We actually just obliterated that army. Jesus, 9,000. 9,000? How? Jesus. Okay, so that's a thing that happened. Since that worked so well for us that time, let's see if we can get it to happen again. I mean, this time we're going to be on the offensive, not the defensive, obviously, but they only have 12,000 troops and we have 30, so... Okay, we are going to run into this problem. Can I take things away from you while we're at war? I can. So... How on earth did they get so high so quickly? Because they're at 119%? They were at like 70 something when I was looking before. So yeah, I should have checked them before I did that. I was just busy looking at the war and not realizing, oh yes, domestic issues are actually important. Madre is up because I don't have enough soldiers. Okay, so it looks like we won that fight, but we actually lost that fight. Okay. Alright, so that's fine. That's worked out reasonably well. We can stop this from being attachable and let these guys go over there. This army is going to consolidate over here. We have this looming disaster to deal with. God damn it. This is a huge problem. Okay, I need to get these fleets back in. I underestimated the actual strength of the fleets they had there. Bengal's up to 87% Liberty Desire. Okay, this is actually the super dude. I'm actually just gonna pop over here. Question mark. How many troops? They have 12,000 troops right now. They're probably gonna rebuild those pretty quick though. And it looks like Coach and Candy have pretty sizable army over here. Oh no, if they take the capital, I just realized that we lose Thinger. God, I cannot believe I'm going to have this disaster fire. I guess it's not going to fire because I'm going to have to like take control of some of this stuff. I'm going to need to take like 3 provinces from them, which is going to mean that there's going to be rebellions, I think. Speaking of war taxes. Oh no, they're actually sieging down my territory now. That's unacceptable behavior. Excuse me. Sure would be nice if I had Bengal actually doing what I want them doing. So as long as we retain control of the capital, we should be fine. And it looks like I have good news. Madare just lost troops, which means, by extension, the liberty desire of everybody has dropped. Why are you retreating this way, friends? You're retreating toward the enemy. This army's gonna get wiped, I think. I need to keep an eye on this. I don't want this to tick. It'll happen this year, so I guess I need to deal with it now. Okay, so first of all, I can take this province from them. This gives 5%. This gives 7.8%. So if I take this from them, this will reduce it by 10. This is also 10. So if I take this, pisses them off, that's fine. And I don't want to do this yet. If I do this, they will revolt, right? This would actually drop their thing below 100%. With this? No. This will keep them at 100%. So there's no reason to take this province from them. It's a little tempting to try it because... so this will result in 10 particularists spawning. Alright, we'll just allow this to happen. So, that's done. We're not currently behind time there, so we're only going to have the ability to have 999 Diplo power saved up. We have too much Diplo power coming in right now, actually. So, but I don't want to get rid of the colonial range thing. Okay. Oops. Let's see. We're about to take their capital and this other fort at the same time. Got +1 to Diplo relations. That's Diplo relations, not diplomatic reputation. They are two different things. Peasants' War just popped. And just want a siege. And what else do we want to do? This is at 42%. We got plenty of time there. We don't have plenty of time here. There's a lot of fucking troops coming my way. Okay. That's certainly one way of handling it. Okay, so these guys are actually going to pull back, which means that you might be okay here. This army's gonna go over this way, I guess. So they're going to Chanda, is it? Okay. Jesus. It's the second time these people have wanted a bunch of random shit. Okay. Are you guys going to try to siege down that fort? Because if you are, I am happy to go relieve you. So these guys are popping up here. These guys are locked in going that way. I'm gonna wait for these guys to lock in going up here, actually. Okay, it looks like these guys did not decide to continue the progress. Okay. You got a water shortage. And these guys are actually sitting on this province here. And these guys have wandered very far away. So, I do not have a leader. All my leaders keep dying. Can't imagine why. We're going to go ahead and do this. That will give us a pretty decent leader. Boop, 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 boop. This will give us a little bit extra siege oomph. And once, oh god damn it, they just got a wall breach. You would think that I'd be reasonably comfortable with them sitting at -21 and me sitting at 40 something %, and you would be wrong. I am not comfortable at all in those circumstances. Makes me very uncomfortable to have them that close together. And that's a problem. My ships just got their ass kicked. Hey! Thank you for killing my particulars for me. You're so kind. You are so kind, friends. So you're going to go ahead and kill my particularists, and then I am going to go ahead and not attack your army over here because your army's not going to stick around. So fine then. Do I want to keep... So the question also right now is, I did do a humiliate rival. Okay, I need to figure out what I want to do. Oh, this is not good. Do I actually want to end this? I could get them to pay me war reps and just take like a maximum amount of money. I'm actually just going to take a bunch of money from them and call it a day. I've got a truce with them, and that's the thing that I was like legitimately most trying to accomplish, is just getting a truce, and that prevents them from helping Bengal. We can placate local rulers. Madre again, and we are sitting on very, very close to our maximum here. Unfortunately, I can't reduce this with our hanger action, but we're actually going to end things here for now. We've got an interesting and difficult position moving forward because I did take too much territory and I am annexing my vassal too slowly for comfort right now. But I should be able to deal with the problem by basically building up maybe a couple of carracks. Like I should be able to probably deal with it by building a proper navy. I now have the money to build a navy, and we are going to do so because I think that'll be an important aspect of what we're doing. But anyway, that is going to be it for today. I have other stuff that I need to do today, so thank you everyone for watching. It has been a pleasure to stream for you today, and I hope to see you all again next time when we will be making more with the murder.